Okay, boys and girls, we are going to start our lesson on our Paul Klee cats. You should have watched the YouTube video and learned a little bit about the artist Paul Klee. And one reason I like him is because I like that he uses his imagination and his dreams and the things he thinks about to make his art, and he doesn't always get too caught up in how realistic things look. So we're going to do a little version of his cat picture. And when we do this, I want you to focus on using lines because that's what we're talking about with this lesson, is we're learning that lines fit together to make shapes, and those shapes make forms. So this is going to be like a close-up version of a cat head. It might not be overly realistic, but that's okay. We want to use our imaginations. So we're going to start, I would say, maybe around the middle of your paper, a little bit lower. We're going to do a shape, and this shape is going to be the cat's nose. It could be a circle, a square, a triangle, a heart. In his picture, he did a heart, so I think I'm just going to stick with that for right now. And I should mention that I would like you to use a pencil because there's a good chance that you may make a mistake, and then you can erase it. I'm using a pen just so that you can see the lines better. It actually bothers me that I'm using a pen, but I think it shows up better than the pencil. So from your shape, I did the heart. You're going to do 2 diagonal lines. Those are slanted lines. They're going to go up on either side, and this is going to be the bridge of the cat's nose. So if it helps you, make a little dot up here. You don't want it to be too close to the nose because you want the nose to be nice and long. So see, I smeared my pen. That's why I don't want you to use pen. But if you only have a pen, then do it, and that's okay. So you're going to draw your diagonal line up and make it touch on both sides. Now you have the cat's nose. From here, we're going to draw 2 curvy lines, kind of like it would be an antenna coming off the top of a butterfly. This is going to be the top of the cat's ears. They go over and over. If they're not perfectly symmetrical, which means the same on both sides, that's okay, but you want it to be kind of close. Now we're going to draw a big curvy line that comes down and then hooks back up to the cat's nose, kind of like a big backwards letter J. So you're going to start up here, and you're going to come down, down, and up. And you're going to do the other side, down and up. Okay, now we have the basic shape of the cat's face. You're going to come here, and you're going to make a little curvy line like a smile for his mouth. And then we're going to jump back up here and do his eyes. In the picture by Paul Klee, he has kind of almost realistic human eyes. So I would make, look what I did, see? I would make a rainbow line and then jump across and do a rainbow line on the other side, and then do a smile line, and then do another smile line. That kind of helps you keep them about the same size. Then inside, if you draw curvy line, curvy line, curvy line, curvy line. Then inside your curvy line, you want to do more of a straight vertical with a little bend and closer together. So that gives you that cat eye shape. Okay, now we could do, I was just thinking, we could do like a double line here to make it look more like a mouth. And if you wanted to do something up here, you could do some extra lines to give it like the interior shape of an ear. And we could have some whiskers here. And then at the top, you could just draw a little bit of the head. Down here, if you draw a curvy line and a curvy line, that's like the body. You could give it a collar for detail. And then it might be fun, I just drew 2 curvy lines there. If you made like a little line here, like that's where it buckles. Oh, and then you could give it a tag, and maybe the tag has a name. So then you could name your cat I named my cat Sally. You write the name on him. You could put the tail, because it's in the background. You only see part of the tail. It's like two curvy lines that go back there. If you wanted to, in the artwork by Paul Klee, he had a little bird shape in here, and that was kind of to symbolize that the cat was thinking about birds. It wasn't because there was an actual bird on his head. I always found that kind of interesting too. So if you wanted to draw a little shape inside up here, you could, or any details up here in the empty space, that would be awesome too. Whatever you want to do to add more creative touches to it, because it's your cat. If you want your cat to have eyelashes, I don't know, whatever you want to do. If you wanted to have stripes, you could add stripes. Now it kind of looks like a tiger. Tiger cats are cute. Whatever you want to do. Sometimes they have these little dots here. But after you get the basic line design down, take the time to start to add other details that make the cat drawing your own. And I think that's what makes our artwork look more interesting whenever you start to add your own personal touches. You don't want to go too crazy with your details, because we probably will be outlining these with something later and then coloring it. So the more details you add, the more coloring you'll have to do as well. So keep that in mind. So this is it for today. We will take this back out next week and add to it. But all I need you to do today was watch the video and do your line drawing. You don't have to send me any pictures or submit anything other than just saying that you did this. Okay? So next week we will pick up where we left off, and thank you for your hard work.